Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Relics of Hyrule, the series. This is episode 41. I am in Shroud Hearth Depths. I went through the entire dungeon, and I figured I would do it that way, going through the entire dungeon, because there's only one thing in Shroud Hearth Depths worth mentioning, that's over there. Very recently I replaced the light with a fairy, so it's more obvious where it is. And the reason why I just decided to go through it and not do it on camera is because it's just another Nord ruin, and I'm thinking that I don't want to go through that sort of thing. Just do it, get it done with, and not worry you about it, because I don't want to waste a video on going through Shroud Hearth Depths. Doing the same combat over and over. Anyway. Rock Cave, where is it? There it is. I probably could use the hover boots too. Let's use the hover boots. Let's put them on. Hover boots. And... Hoi! Perfect. Sort of. Nayru Sapphire. Alright. Okay, let's take these boots off, and this... place it with this guy, which is probably the only non-Relics of Hyrule item that I'm using. Because there's only two capes in Relics of Hyrule, the Rock Cape and Ganon's Cloak. So there's no point in just not using a cape when I have one. Okay, let's see here. Nayru Sapphire is one of the 3 Golden Goddess gems, and if we took it to the Ancient Enchanter, we could make a spell tome of Nayru's Love, or we can just use it and get Nayru's Love right away. And Nayru's Love is an alteration spell. There it is. It's an expert level, 195 cost, which is it's actually my most pricey alteration spell. And it allows you to resist damage and reflect magic. So it's a mage armor that reflects magic. There's something else that we can do with it with the Ancient Enchanter, and I might as well go there right now and show you what you can do with it. Oh, did I already... No, I haven't been here yet. Let's see if there's anything cool in this trap chest. Ooh, a flawless ruby. Very good. And there's a potion. Oop. Let's see what this word wall is. Word wall. Kind's Peace. One of the shouts that nobody ever uses. Okay, I will head back to the surface. Actually, we're in Ivarstead, so let's pay Fastred a visit. And then we'll head up to Winterhold, to the Ancient Enchanter, and then we're going back to Kinolangdanzel, because we have the Song of Time, and we can do something with it in Kinolangdanzel that's going to be amazing. And Kinolangdanzel has changed a little since we've been there. So we'll probably what I'm going to do is quickly go through Kinolangdanzel and talk about what's different. Brr. Glass War Mace, that's cool. Like that. I like the glass mace, it's cool looking. There are a few items that I really like, and I've noticed that a lot of the maces are really ugly. I like the steel mace. I like the glass mace. I like the ebony mace. And I think the glass mace, not the glass mace, what is it? Dwarven mace is okay. It's on the boundary between being good and kind of stupid looking. I like the Goron mace better, and all it is the head of the Dwarven mace turned upside down with a little bit of extra stuff. But I like how it turned out. Yeah, maces are kind of ugly. War axes are less so. Somebody should do a the better shaped weapons mod. Somebody should do something like that for the maces to make them look a little nicer. Blood meshes for maces are a little tricky. The glass mace blood mesh I think is actually flawed already. Has a problem with it. That's tricky, whatever. Daedric mace is kind of weird. Although it does look... I do like how the Daedric mace looks. It's kind of weird. It's short and stubby, and but it flows well. It's a nice smooth design. It's like it's all one piece of metal, which is cool. Okay, enough talking about maces and... Oh, hello. Oh, there's two. Two dragons, Tennyson. Get out of my face. Okay, that took way longer than I expected it to. Phew. I don't want that, but I'll take it. I'll loot all these guys. Oh, that Ivarstead guard is dead. Vilmir in.
Everyone isn't as short as you are. What good are these boards to someone of the proper height?
Sorry.
There's Fastred. Hey, how's it going?
It's a fine day with you around.
Yeah, I guess so.
I wish I could go with you.
Alright, I guess that solves that. They're just gonna stand here, hoeing cabbage in a full set of glass armor. But you can't go with me.
Oh, you're a traveler. You must have so much to tell about the world outside this boring town.
Yeah, you've seen some of it. Well, it was nice doing business with you. Enjoy your cabbage.
If you ever settle down to have children, think twice before you do it.
Alright, fine. Okay. Let's go to Winterhold. Okay. Let's see if we can do anything in this area with the Ancient Enchanter. Boop. Ah, Din's Fireball. Don't we already have Din's Fireball? I think we do. Din's Fireball. We do have Din's Fireball, so we don't need to make that one. What we want to make is Nayru's Ward. Oh, I need Light Essence. Right. Don't have that yet. Fair enough. Go to the alteration table. Hookshot, Mirror Shield, Great Sea. I want to use those. I want to try one of those. This will remove the enchantment that makes my swings faster. And I think I'm gonna do that because as much as I like being able to shred dragons with a fierce deity sword, it just doesn't seem right. Especially with Spurg's. Yeah, that's fine. That's a fine speed. Gonna unequip the ring though. Okay. Now that we're done here, let's go to Kinolangdanzel, and we'll see how things have changed. Okay, we're back. Kinolangdanzel. What's that noise? Oh, I'm freezing. Alright. We're gonna go deep. Gonna go deep into the Kinolangdanzel. And while I could just go straight to the shrine, I think what I want to do is go through the dungeon again, very quickly, and show you what has changed. Because things have changed. 6.48, I updated the upper dungeon, as I call it, to make it more like a Dwemer Ruin, and to make it more streamlined and make the map more useful. Also changed the lighting a little. So let's see here. I don't think anything in here changed. This should be empty still. Yeah. Alright. Let's do this guy. That is not what I actually wanted. Wanted... Actually, you know? Let's just do this. Okay. See if I can get through this quick. So first off, there's just stall children in this first room now. And still kind of passive, but at least this time if you activate them, they'll attack. Still a work in progress. But this has collapsed. This room. Oh, that's a skeleton. It's not a stall child. No wonder it got up. Listen, go to sleep. Small Key is still there. They've all been renamed Small Key. Not Small Key 1, Small Key 2. But that Small Key doesn't go to anything anymore. Because that door has been collapsed. So instead you have to go through this, and there's some dwarven stuff, and there's an enemy down here, Stallhound, which wasn't here before. There's another Stallhound. Stallhound Fang, always good. Oh, Stallfo's Bone Whale is good too. And it's more dwarven. You come through this. There's a dwarven arch here. There's a bit of a floor down there. A bit of a grate that you have to walk around. Ignatia's following me. There's an arch here. And this is all icy caves. And then we come here to the Sculptura room, which hasn't changed. Of course, now the Sculptura's here. Gonna do anything, Ignatia? This whole passive enemy thing is just a problem that I'm having. it doesn't indicate any... There, see? Skulltulas are really angry now. Do something, Ignatia. Okay, let's try this. That'll reset her and maybe she'll start to react. Okay. Gold Skulltula Venom. Desiccated Corpse. Desiccated Corpse. There's the small key. Still needed. There's the collapsed area from the other side. And the map now is more straightforward. You come down this way, you go down here, and you pop out here. Instead of going curly around, it's a little more streamlined. I still have the small key from the first time I did this dungeon though. And this area is collapsed now, so instead of going down this hallway, you can still see down that hallway, but you have to go this way. And this, I like how this turned out. There's all that, it's sort of Falmare stuff as a roof, and you have to, there's this collapsed pillar that you have to walk down, and then as you come down it, you come into here, and there's a stall child, and there's another stall, a few stall children in here. And you can actually, this is actually too steep to walk up, but you can sort of jimmy your way up there. And there's a chest. Yeah. There's a chest. Same old stuff that it's always had. And there's not much interesting. There's another collapsed area there. But see, this wasn't tilted before, but it's been tilted. So something went horribly wrong here.
Come on, let's see you put up a fight.
There's this key. The key is still in here. Still opens this door. And then from this point on, everything's the same. And nothing has changed from that point on. It was just those first two rooms, or first few rooms, that changed. I just wanted to make the dungeon... Oops, I need this. I just wanted to make the dungeon more lived in, for lack of a better term. I wanted to make it more like a proper Dwemer dungeon. Oh. There's a Redead over there. Okay, I think at that point I can stop and I'll bring you back when we get to the end of the dungeon. Oh, something else that's different is there's a Stalfos in this dirt pile that ambushes and crawls out. It was a nice little touch. So that ends up being the first Stalfos that you encounter. That sort of brings it turns into a lead up to the Stalfos and blends things together a little nicer. Hello. Hey, come back. Alright. Hello. Good night. Oh, yeah, so this area, since we have the Song of Time, there's something down here that we can utilize. So there's this guy, and we found the strong box before, but there's a block of time, and if we activate the Song of Time, then it disappears, and we can access this chest. It's just groupies and bombs, but it's a nice little... Oh, wow, what? Oh, I'm wearing a hood! I need a water-breathing thing. That was unexpected. Here's a new weapon, the Forgotten War Axe. Added it pretty recently. I like how it turned out. And the stall troops have a chance to carry them. I think Hylian soldiers have a chance to carry them too. First time I went through the dungeon, I actually missed something. Ooh, I like that. I missed this, I think, the final Lost Journal. This is a poem by H.P. Lovecraft, I think. All things will die. Clearly the blue river chimes in its flowing, under my eye. Warmly and broadly the south winds are blowing, over the sky. One after another the white clouds are fleeting, every heart this May morning in joyance is beating. Full merrily, yet all things must die, the stream will cease to flow, the wind will cease to blow, the clouds will cease to fleet, the heart will cease to beat, for all things must die, all things must die. Spring will come nevermore, O vanity! Death waits at the door. See, our friends are all forsaking the wine merrymaking. We are called, we must go. Laid low, very low, in the dark we must lie. The merry glees are still, the voice of the bird shall no more be heard, nor the wind on the hill. O misery! Hark! Death is calling while I speak to ye. The jaw is falling, the red cheek paling. The strong limbs failing, ice with warm blood mixing, the eyeballs fixing. 9 times goes the passing bell, ye merry souls, farewell. The old earth had a birth, as all men know, long ago, and the old earth must die. So let the warm winds range, and the blue wave beat the shore, for even and morn ye will never see, through eternity. All things were born, ye will come nevermore, for all things must die. And that was included to set the stage for the fall of Hyrule, to set the stage for the whole story of Relics of Hyrule. And it ended up working pretty well because it uses the word misery, and it talks about cold water and all this stuff, which is a great thing for this dungeon, but also for the Ruptured Towers, which one of them is called Misery. There we go. Alright. Here, hold on to this. I'm running out of space. Hold on to some heavy junk. Let's see. Bow of the Elephant is pretty heavy. Pickaxe, that thing. That thing. Pelt. Razor sword, pelt. Linen wrap. Gyro. There we go. I want this to be a proper battle. I want you to actually fight this thing. Instead of, standing back and shooting him with arrows. And down he goes. Very good. Obviously I need to fix it a little. I need to fiddle with it. Okay, so we get another set of neato loot. Ooh, a staff of turning. Grand soul gems, always good. Glass bolts. Don't want that strut. I'll take that strut back, thank you. I'll take those. I'll take the cores. Don't really want them, but I'll take them. Okay. What did I just put in there? Mirror maze, okay. So we returned to Kinolangdanzel, went back through it, and now the time has come. For one thing, I need to get something out of here. Ocarina Refresh, or Ocarina Respite, as it's called, which I'll change the name to Ocarina Respite on the actual spell tome. And what that does, I will show you. So, played Saria's song, nothing happened. But if I do Ocarina Respite, Time War's energies have recharged, and good old Saria song is working now. So Ocarina Respite is a shortcut for resetting the time-worn energies of the ocarina. So instead of going into your inventory, activating the ocarina, now you can just play Ocarina Respite, or use Ocarina Respite, and it'll reset the ocarina. And you can bookmark it because it's a spell, and it's a lot simpler. Okay, now then. This is an ancient gate, and it used to be that you had to go use the Song of Time at the Ancient Enchanter and make an ancient gate key. I changed it so all you have to do is play the Song of Time. And that grants you access to this door. And I really like how this door turned out, and this is something I did. I love this sort of thing in fantasy, is a door that doesn't go anywhere. There's barely any room to fit, and yet there's this door. Also, there's a fairy in a jar, which we'll get to that very soon, actually. Unfortunately, I think that's the end of the episode, but instead of teasing you and being like, oh yeah, we got through Kinolangdanzel, I will show you Link Between Worlds, and this is when the bulk of the mod really starts. There you go, that's the Link Between Worlds. It's a weird hodgepodge of crystals and apocryphal architecture. There's some dwarven things over there. There's these cages. Ignatia can't follow me in here. And that valve opens one of those bridges. And that leads up to another cage, which you can see in the middle of the screen there. And that cage will open this, which will open that. So I can actually use this one, because this is the more Widderjal gate. Can't open it because I have to access more Widderjal. But I can get up here and open this, because we've gone through more Widderjal. So now, there's one more dungeon that I have to do, then I can open that gate, and that will open that. And then I can access another part of the real bulk of the mod. What you can use this for, so Kinolangdanzel is north of Hofengar, More Widderjal is in Falkreath, so I could use the Link Between Worlds to travel the entire length, the entire width of Skyrim, all the way from Hofengar to Falkreath, in no time at all. Just go to Kinolangdanzel or More Widderjal, do the shortcut through the entrance down to the shrine, wherever it is, and then go straight in, and I can very easily traverse the province. One more thing in the Link Between Worlds before we head out for the end of the episode. There's water down here. I need to raise that skirt because it's going underwater. But it is perfectly fine to jump down in here. You won't get hurt. And the only way up is using these crystals. At the end of this crystal is weapon, Zelda's bow. And it over-encumbered me. But Zelda's bow is a very powerful... Zelda's bow, 99. It's a very powerful enchanted bow. It's not as strong as the hero's bow, but makes up for that with the incredible enchantment that's on it. We'll explore Zelda's bow a little more in a future episode, but basically it is a retextured ebony bow. Mostly I just inverted the texture and added some different effects to it. It's based on Zelda's bow there's a bow that Zelda uses in Twilight Princess, and it's almost a spitting image of that bow. It is a normal bow, and you may hear that twinkling. That's the enchantment. It deals sun damage, and it actually has a chance to do Meridia's Retribution, like Dawnbreaker. Whoop. Yeah. So yeah, we will continue on with Link Between Worlds in the next episode of Relics of Hyrule, the series. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Jake Callahan. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I will see you next time.